but his stats decrease dramatically. His speed goes down to E rank. Hey, what is up, you guys? This is Silverfang, and today I'm back with another video. So the topic of today is Achilles, and as some of you may already know, he's one of my favorite servants, top 3 actually. So in this video, I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on Achilles, why I like him so much, but I'm also gonna tell you why he's not perfect, because there are a few reasons why. So no servant is perfect, but I can see how Achilles might look like a perfect servant on the surface, but he is not perfect. And there's only a few reasons why, not that many. I actually had a lot of trouble trying to find bad things to say about Achilles, but as you know, the point of these videos are to talk about the good and the bad, and while some people may agree that they like and some people might not like, so I had to go deep and see the bad things about him as well. So with that being said, please hit the like button, please subscribe to the channel for more fake content, and with that being said, let's jump right into the video. All right, so Achilles, let's get the good things out of the way, because there's a lot of good things, so I'm gonna just like skim through them really quickly. The man is incredibly powerful, top tier for sure. When it comes to combat, the dude is solid, has amazing speed, amazing defenses, and with his Achilles Cosmos, incredible destructive power. So when it comes to combat, the dude is solid. Like, there's really few servants that are as solid as Achilles when it comes to combat, and the only few that I can think of will be maybe somebody like CAREE, but there are really few servants that are as solid as Achilles is. And if he wants to fight long range, he has his chariot. If he wants to fight close range, he has his spear and his Achilles Cosmos. So the dude is solid when it comes to combat, so that's not a bad thing. There are some kinks here and there, but when it comes to combat overall, the dude is, again, pretty freaking solid. Another good thing about Achilles is his design, and there's one little thing that I don't like. So I'm wondering why in God's name, when they did Fate Apocrypha, they didn't use that golden armor that he has in the final ascension in Fate Grand Order, because that armor looks beastly. And I don't know if Fate Apocrypha came out before Achilles did as a servant, but if Fate Apocrypha came out before, that was a missed opportunity right there, because that armor, it's freaking fire. So I don't know why they didn't use it. Let's talk about his character now. So overall, his whole character is pretty much like, his main thing is that he's really cocky. Like, the dude is extremely overconfident. So, and I think episode like around 3 or 4 of Fate Apocrypha, he went into enemy territory with Atalanta, and he encountered Berserker and Siegfried. And this man said something along the lines of,
let's see, a saber and a berserker, huh? Well now, it seems as if I'm being underestimated. Did they really think 2 servants were enough? I can't help but feel a bit insulted.
Exactly, they sent a saber and a berserker. Like, how is that being overconfident? I don't understand. But then again, that's what makes him like good as a character. But again, that overconfident also got him into trouble, because at the end there, he wasn't really on guard. He wasn't on guard at all. So what happened? He got shot by Chiron.
Now.
And imagine what would have happened, right? If Achilles' position was reversed, and he, instead of facing Chiron, he was facing the other way. Chiron might have been able to strike the heel right then and there, but obviously that was because Achilles was being overconfident and wasn't on guard, because when he is on guard, he was able to dodge the arrows pretty freaking easily.
Fighting against one who can best me was destined!
Like, this man just moved to the side at one point, like, it's child's play for him to dodge the arrows. So The only reason why he got hit was because he was being overconfident. Now, the good thing about Achilles is that he's overconfident, but not to the extreme. So he gets serious when he has to get serious. So that's a good thing. But again, his overconfident may cause him to get into trouble sometimes, because again, imagine what would have happened is his position would have been reversed. That would have sucked. That would have sucked for him. Again, the man is overconfident, but I haven't seen an instinct where his overconfidence caused them to lose a fight, but it can definitely get him into trouble. Now, another thing that I want to talk about is actually Achilles' chariot. So the chariot has good things and bad things. For example, the good thing about the chariot is that it's extremely fast, and the attack increases the longer Achilles rides the chariot, like the attack power. So that's in itself, it's pretty amazing. And two other horses are pretty freaking strong, like strong as another servant. So that's pretty freaking amazing. The thing is though, that if he's summoned by a regular master that's not freaking Shiro Amakusa, the chariot requires an immense amount of mana. Like, so basically it is said that it requires enough magical energy to like summon another servant. So that's a lot of mana, considering that most masters can only handle one servant. If it takes enough energy to summon another servant, then that's a big amount of mana. So with most masters, he won't be able to use his chariot at 100%. Now, another good thing about Achilles is that Achilles is crazy versatile. So the man has something for everything. Again, as I said, if he wants to fight long range, he has the chariot. If he wants to fight close range, he has his freaking spear. He can be hurt by anything that's not divine. And when it comes to speed, the man is unrivaled. And also his spear has the ability that if he injures someone with it, that injury becomes permanent and it can't be healed. So that's actually pretty amazing. So when it comes to close quarters combat, he's super dangerous. Any injury that he inflicts with a spear can be healed. When it comes to a distance, he has his chariot, which is incredibly fast, and it also looks like when he's riding it, it looks like a comet, right? And it looks like it has like this magical barrier in front of it. So I'm not sure if the horses can even be shot down, and if they can, I mean, I'm just assuming that defense that it looks like is in front of him might only get stronger the longer he rides the chariot. So that being said, like, the man has a job for everything. And when it comes to destructive power, the dude can freaking throw a freaking planet at you. Like, so it's like the man, again, solid when it comes to combat. It's insane. I really had a real hard time finding bad things to say about Achilles, but I did find a few things. The obvious one is his heel, which is incredibly hard to hit on its own, but combined with his like cockiness, you can kind of say if an archer is skilled enough and is able to ambush Achilles, he might be able to get a clear shot. Because again, we saw that he can be hit by Chiron when he's not on guard. Granted, Chiron is one of the best archers when it comes to pure archery and Fate, but again, it shouldn't matter because he wasn't on guard, and he rarely gets on guard unless he finds somebody that's worthy. So that's the problem right then and there. So in straight up combat, I will say the man is incredibly solid, but if it comes to like trickery and ambush, his overconfidence might get him into trouble. And again, under a regular master, he can't use his chariot all that well. Now, one thing that is incredibly hard to get through is like when Achilles goes all out and uses his Achilles Cosmos, right? So when he uses his Achilles Cosmos, he can pretty much either trap people in his, I would kind of say it's a reality marble. It definitely looks like it. It's kind of like a bounded field, but he can trap people in there, and if they don't have an anti-world noble phantasm, they can't get out. He can also use it to defend against attacks and trap attacks in there. So for example, if Cool Colin, let's say, would throw Gay Bog at him, he can just use his shield and absorb Gay Bog, and then the Gay Bog will be trapped in that dimension. So that would be fucked up for Cool. And then also, if he wants to really get serious and he really wants to hit you hard, he can actually use the shield for offense and like pretty much squish you with the weight of a planet. So it's like the dude is rough. It's rough to get through. So basically the best way to get through Achilles is ambush, at least from what I could tell. Or Chiron is a little special because his arrows hit a target instantly. So it's not like Achilles could have dodged it even if he wanted to. So that's something special that Chiron did there. But most servants, while Achilles is on guard and on the move, won't be able to hit his heel at all. But with ambush and taking advantage of his overconfidence is doable. And if it's doable, or if somebody manages to hit the heel, Achilles is kind of, I wouldn't say screwed. He still fought Atalanta, but his stats decrease dramatically. His speed goes down to E rank. His agility goes down to E rank. No more immortality. So, dude, that's a big drawback. That's a big drawback. But again, you have to hit the heel first. So it's easier said than done. But he's somebody that's really OP, but at the same time has the weaknesses to counterbalance that. So for example, his chariot is pretty fast, but if he doesn't have an ample supply of mana, he can't use it. His dual field noble phantasm, if the opponent doesn't agree, he can use it. His divinity has a weakness, which is the heal. So everything he does kind of has a way out, kind of has a weakness, except for his Achilles Cosmos. His Achilles Cosmos is like the tippy top of Achilles' like arsenal per se, because the man, indeed, he has a freaking arsenal. So that is the tippy top, and the only thing that I can see is anti-world noble phantasm. That's the only thing that I can see breaking through Achilles Cosmos. And even if you break through it, most servants can't use a noble phantasm like that twice. So let's say, for example, somebody throws an anti-war noble phantasm at Achilles. Achilles absorbs the blast, but then the reality marble per se gets destroyed. Well, there's no guarantee that the servant that just used that noble phantasm will be able to use that noble phantasm for a second time. So at the worst case scenario, in that case, then Achilles just tanked an anti-world noble phantasm. So, and then it's one-on-one again. So that being said, the man is solid. All right, so basically Achilles in a nutshell. The dude is, his design is fire again. He's incredibly good when it comes to combat, but has a little bit of a mana issue when it's summoned by a regular master. And the issue, again, the issue is not that big. I mean, he can't, the only thing that pretty much gets messed up is the power of his chariot, and all it means is that he can't use it at full speed. He can still use it to move around, he just can't use it at full speed. So that's not that big of a drawback. The other thing is incredibly powerful, but also has the weaknesses to counterbalance that, and he's incredibly susceptible to ambushes. So that's pretty much it. That's Achilles in a nutshell. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button. Also, let me remind you, I did create another channel that covers other animes, so if you would like to see that, please go to the description box below, hit that link, go to the other channel. I recently reacted to the first episode, and I also already recorded the reaction to the second episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. I also recorded the first episode of Attack on Titan. So if you guys want to see that, go to that channel and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. As I always say, have an awesome day. Catch you guys in the next one.